teachers, our soldiers, our friends, our loved ones. And they are full and equal citizens and deserve the rights of citizenship. That includes marriage. That's why I support marriage for lesbian and gay couples. I support it personally and as a matter of policy and law.
Oh, boy. That was Hillary Clinton reading from a teleprompter and coming out in support of same-sex marriage in a human rights campaign video, a flip-flop from her in her past position. Another clear indication that she has her sights potentially on the Oval Office come 2016. But she's not the only Democratic politician who's, quote, evolved on this issue in order to win an election. President Obama, he flipped and flopped and flipped back. Remember this.
What I believe is that marriage is between a man and a woman.
I am not in favor of gay marriage. I'm in favor of civil unions.
Define marriage.
I believe that marriage is the union between a man and a woman. I am not somebody who promotes same-sex marriage.
At a certain point, I've just concluded that, for me personally, it is important for me to go ahead and affirm that I think same-sex couples should be able to get married.
In other words here, just like Hillary Clinton, he will take whatever position he thinks is necessary just to win the election. Joining me now with reaction, former aide to Senator John Kerry, adjunct professor of media studies at the New School, Mark Hannon, radio talk show host with the Salem Radio Network. Our good friend Dennis Prager is back. All right, but Obama flip-flopped and flipped. He was for gay marriage, then against gay marriage when he's running for president, and then now he's for gay marriage again now that he got elected again. Is that political expediency, or is he just having trouble with the issue?
I think you think it's political expediency, but
yeah.
Let me quote
obvious.
Let me quote Winston Churchill, if I might, who once said famously, "If you can't have..."
I love when liberals quote Churchill, don't you, Dennis?
Hey, listen,
I want to hear the quote.
The man said, "If you don't have the ability to change your mind, are you sure you still have one?" Now, look, the fact of the matter is,
change your mind for, against, and back for again.
Look, you don't think Hillary Clinton is coming out, with, and this is disingenuous, but the fact of the matter is, the Republican governor of Ohio just did this days earlier. The whole Republican Party, this 100-page
senator of Ohio.
Look, the RNC just put out a report saying we need to, quote unquote, evolve so that we can become less perceived as a party of stodgy old white men.
I know how you want to turn this into a Republican issue.
No, but we need to be
for a second. But when Obama does it at one point, he has a real position. He's for it.
Sure.
Then he's running for president. It's not, polls don't show he's in agreement with the American people. Then he's against it. Yeah. Then he gets reelected. Now I can be for it again. You know what? That is what everything that everybody I know, Dennis Prager, hates about politicians. They're phony. That's watching Hillary. God bless her. I like Hillary Clinton in some ways, but I got to tell you something. That is so phony. I want to read the prompter and tell you, it just doesn't seem sincere.
Look, we got to be clear. It is a flip-flop, as they say, in the case of the president, because he knew it was not popular when he was running in 2008, and he knows it's popular now, and that's fine. And maybe he has sincerely changed his mind. But I do believe originally he was for same-sex marriage. The thing is that what you just said is a very important point, and I'd like to address it, about stodgy old Republicans or men and women who
or the Republicans
okay.
This as well, like Rand Paul, who just changed his position on immigration reform.
Yes. All right. Well, let's not. It's too complex, this subject, to go to another one.
Let's just be equal opportunity in our charges of hypocrisy.
I want people to understand the repercussions of changing the definition of marriage. I think that what we have here is what Tom Sowell called stage one thinking, something progressives, liberals, leftists, whatever you want to call them, do regularly. They have a very strong sense of compassion. They make a policy. The policy often and usually doesn't work, but it doesn't matter because it's stage one thinking. Leftism is rooted in the heart. I have as much compassion for gays as the president, but I don't want to redefine marriage to state.
We're talking about the policy position, though, not the flip-flop, as you call it, or the changing of the mind.
Policy. I think the flip-flop.
You know what? You know why you're so. You know why you're so committed to the flip-flop issues? Because you supported the guy that said I voted for the $87 billion before I voted against it.
Right, and we used to accuse Howard Dean of waffling. Look, Democrats do this as well as Republicans, make these accusations.
Do you realize how insane that sounds? I voted for the $87 billion before I voted
Sean, I know you've worked in the private sector. I've worked in the private sector. We have a phrase in the private sector: grow or die. Politicians have to grow or die. They have to adapt to the changing reality.
So in other words, give up your principles.
Hey, listen.
Say what the people want to hear, so you can get elected, and then change your mind as soon as you're elected.
80% of young people, young Americans right now, believe in marriage equality.
You want to debate the issue. I'm talking about the character of the candidates and why they change, and I'm arguing it's because of political expediency.
May I ask you just a quick question?
You're not the host.
But I don't think you disagree. You don't think it was political expediency for the president to say in 2008 that he was against same-sex marriage?
It's one thing to politically market yourself. It's another thing to change the product. I think both the president and Hillary Clinton are authentic here, just like I think Sean was authentic when he said the day after 2012 election that he needs to evolve on immigration reform, and you believe in a path for citizenship.
You took that phrase, but you forgot the first one, which has totally been consistent, which I said in that same interview, control the borders first, and I've never changed.
Sure, and there was context in these excerpts, too, that wasn't included. Come on.
There's no context when you go for gay marriage, against gay marriage, for gay marriage. All right, let me ask you about this controversial, first of all, the Bible, which is, this series is amazing. And next week, we're going to Roma Downey and her husband, Mark Burnett, on the program. And they're getting massive numbers for cable, like almost like American Idol, that you don't see in cable news or a cable channel. And that is on the Bible. And the person that was playing the devil, well, we'll put it up on the screen. Some people saying it looks like Barack Obama. When I was watching it this weekend, I turned to my wife, I said, whoa. And she looked back at me and she said, whoa, I think it looks like him. Do you?
I think it does, but I don't see what the point is, other than to draw an association between the devil and the president. I mean, that's pretty. If you were running a campaign, that would be a great political ad for you, Sean. But it would be debate. I don't think
there's anything intentional or anything like that.
No, there wasn't.
And he's not the devil.
Because actually, no one's calling him the devil.
Right.
You just put it on your screen, and by implication, you invited the.
Did I call him the devil?
You showed the comparison in the imagery.
I put you on the screen. I'm not calling you the devil either. So.
No, but you didn't put my face next to the devil's face.
But no, it was in the movie. It's in the show. And the question is, I believe them that it wasn't intentionally done because apparently this guy played this character before.
Are people accusing them of doing it? That's silly.
That's silly. I agree with
that. But I'm sure you're amused by it, though, and that's why I put it on the screen.
It's important that they're getting the ratings they are. There is a thirst in this country for some mooring. There is no mooring. The same-sex issue, in my view, is exactly that example. What everyone who says marriage should be redefined is saying that Christianity has been dead wrong, immoral for 2,000 years. Judaism has been immoral and dead wrong.
I've been a lifelong Catholic, and look, you can say that my Catholic beliefs are inconsistent with a progressive worldview, but I don't hear that from my priest. I don't hear that from the parishioners that
your priest would deny?
No, listen.
Are you pro-gay marriage?
I am pro-marriage equality. Yes, and I wear my confirmation ring every day of the week.
You're pro-abortion.
I am pro-choice, Sean.
You're pro-abortion.
But these are more complex issues, and I don't believe that
So you're at odds with your church.
I don't believe a 2-week-old cluster.
You're at odds with the church on those issues.
The new pope is very clear.
With the Catechism of the Catholic Church. I'm not at odds with the Bible, and I don't think
we'll talk about church's interpretation.
The Bible's pretty clear that it does have a heterosexual ideal. The homosexual is created in God's image every bit as much as the heterosexual.
Leviticus, and we can talk about usury being a mortal sin as well, and banks charging interest on your loans. So,
Dennis, good to see you. Thank you. And coming up next on Hannity.